Recording.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Micro Marketing Matters. Today, we are going to be talking about what micro marketing is, why it matters, and how you can implement this using command. So without further ado, let's get started. So why micro marketing matters? Micro marketing is simply person-to-person communication with individuals and small groups important to your success. Now, I found some really great images and a great article that I'm going to show with you guys in a PowerPoint format. And then we're going to dive into command and really explore how we can target our database and how we can set up these micro marketing tactics using the resources we already have in command. So this little graphic here just shows us the different levels of marketing. So mass marketing on the bottom, that's of course targeting the entire market. And as you go up and up the pyramid, that's how you start targeting smaller and smaller groups of people. So next would be segment marketing, and that's large groups within the entire market. Niche marketing would be specific segments of the market, and then micro marketing is localized segments. Now, I'll be completely transparent with you guys. This isn't necessarily my forte. I'm not going to be able to break down this chart entirely. Just know that there is a big difference between micro marketing and mass marketing. So this PowerPoint here, this slide is just going to give you some benefits and drawbacks comparing micro marketing to mass marketing. So of course, when you're micro marketing, you're increasing your cost effectiveness because you're targeting a smaller group of people, but you're targeting the right group of people. Pinpoints areas with high levels of online engagement. It builds trust and brand authenticity because you're routinely reaching that smaller group of people. And you're focusing on the people who are more likely to respond to your messaging. Whereas with mass marketing, it can maximize the reach and is more readily repurposed for different markets, but it does cost a lot more and it faces stiff competition of customer retention from other realtors out there who are doing this mass marketing. So what exactly is micro marketing? Micro real estate markets are subdivisions between broader areas like neighborhoods or smaller localized sections of cities' overall housing. Micro real estate market can be distinguished by schools accessibility, business parks, all of which affect the market's viability. So for example, if a neighborhood's businesses are suffering, you can bet that the real estate prices will go down. I found this information from a website called mashvisor.com. They sell products, so a lot of this can be kind of geared towards promoting their product, but I did find a lot of this information to be very valuable, and we can use what they're saying through command. Now, I highlighted and bolded the word neighborhoods in here. Does anybody know why? Neighborhood nurture, exactly. One of the things we'll be talking about in a little bit is going to be the neighborhood nurture, which is a smart plan in command. But I just want to focus on this idea of neighborhoods. So for those who don't know, there is a company called Nextdoor, and they're the innovators of neighborhoods. So regardless of how big or how small your town or city is, it's still divided up into neighborhoods, which are just smaller sections of the town. And the Nextdoor app and website is designed to help those who live in those smaller neighborhoods communicate with one another and have that sense of community. So we can sort of think of that in terms of our micro marketing, where the smaller and smaller groups of people that we are targeting, the more specific our messaging may be. But we know that we're hitting the right group of people because they're in that exact area that we're looking to target. So right at the bottom, by focusing on a specific area, you become better prepared to target qualified leads in real estate and market effectively to home buyers to close more deals. So what can real estate agents do to dominate micro marketing or to simply dominate that micro market? This article gave 4 recommendations. Identify your target buyer, set yourself as a local expert, determine the best marketing strategies, and get involved in your micro marketing. So identifying your target buyer. As a real estate agent, the one thing you need to do to succeed in a micro market is to understand how to match the right property to the right client. This is something that, you'll be learning and have learned through many different areas of real estate, whether it's been a technology class, working with any of our coaches, learning about how to host an open house, how to fill out paperwork, how to qualify a buyer, how to qualify a lead. It's really, really important. Because the foundation of dominating a micro market comes from the understanding of who your target buyers are and shaping your messaging, communications, and services to fit their needs. So there's some ways that Command can help us do this by showing only the information that our client is looking for. This will help us to match them with properties that are what they're looking for, and it will help us to get them into a home or help them to find the home that they're looking for. Next is setting yourself up as a local expert. This is something that we say all the time. It's great to really target larger areas, but by focusing in on those smaller areas, you're really presenting yourself as a local expert. Last week, we were fortunate enough to have Orly Steinberg on our team rally. She is the local expert in Ringwood, New Jersey. That's her area. She is proud of it, and she should be. She was here and she was telling us that she would never want to take a listing away from someone else who managed to get a listing on her block, but it's going to make her mad if she's in that area and she sees that house being listed with another agent. That's what she makes it her priority to establish herself as a local expert. So look at these bullet points, knowing everything about the home, including what's on the market, expired listings, homes sold in the last year or so. That's something she touched on as well. Something that she told us was when she is involved with the closing, regardless if she's on the buy or the sell side, she takes both clients' information, keeps it, and every year we'll send them a happy anniversary card. So even if you were the buyer and she was representing the seller, you're still going to get a card from Orly years down the road, congratulating you on the anniversary of that deal. Now, unless you have a really, really tight relationship with your agent, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you may not even remember who you worked with when you bought that house, but you're going to remember Orly's name because she's the one who had that follow-up with you. And that, in a sense, is a way of micro-marketing, even though it's in a very, very advanced targeting because it's targeting that one specific person. But we can use these examples to give ourselves ideas about how we can continue to market these smaller groups of people in the most effective way possible. It says right at the bottom, over time, prospective buyers and sellers in your micro market real estate area will see that you are truly an expert. And it will take a little bit of time. It's not going to be a month from now where all of a sudden you are Rutherford's, most desired agent. It will take some time, but it is doable. Determining the best marketing strategies. So they suggest 3 different ways of marketing that can be most effective. The first is going to be direct mail campaigns. And we have fantastic options for targeting, which I will get into. Creating social media pages. So consider creating Facebook groups or pages for your local area. We have an agent here who's already done that. Travis, part of the PVG group. He has already gone out of his way and created a Facebook group for Rutherford. I forget exactly what he calls it. Rutherford Real Estate, I think it is, or something along those lines. He created one in my town too, Hawthorne Real Estate. It's not only for Keller Williams agents. It's not only for agents. They really are inviting anyone who's in that area and wants to keep up to date with real estate to be involved in that group. So that's one way how you can target people and get people's attention and attract them without even knowing them. By creating these groups on Facebook and inviting others, posting about that group and other groups, you're going to gain a lot of traction. Most towns out there have at least a few groups. There's usually a mom's group. There's usually a some sort of neighborhood group where a community group where everyone in that town can get together to collaborate, share ideas, etc. There's nothing stopping anyone from posting another group and saying, hey, if anyone's in the real estate field looking to buy or sell a house or just interested, join this group. You'll get people that you would have never connected with otherwise if they choose to join. And then you're also being able to educate them on the market by sharing market stats and different things like that. And you'll see that last line under bullet point 2, don't spam. For first and foremost, regardless of your marketing tactic, regardless of whatever you're doing, don't spam. It's off-putting, as we all know. So you want to steer clear of that as much as possible. And then finally, start an email newsletter. When done right, the newsletters can be powerful marketing tools for any real estate agent. If people are subscribing and receiving your emails, it means they're finding value in what you have to say and will choose to stay in touch. So again, not being spammy. Any newsletter that you send out does not have to be directly related to real estate, mortgage rates, how the market is doing. Sharing any sort of valuable information will leave people wanting more and will leave them knowing that they made a good decision by signing up for your email newsletter. For example, it's fall and you want to let everyone know all the great activities going on in your town or in your county, where they can go apple picking or pumpkin picking. Maybe it's in February and you want to send a Super Bowl email. You want to give people tips on how to winterize their home, spring cleaning, how to, best tips for keeping your roof in the best condition. The possibilities are endless. And as long as you're knowing that that information is valuable, you're going to be in good shape. And then last but not least, getting involved in your micro market. So your goal is to make sure that the first real estate name that comes to mind is yours. The best way to do that is through connecting with locals during events and in meetup groups. So being an active member and networking with the community is a strategy that's meant for success, and it will have a lasting impact. So some examples they give here are any sort of community gatherings, such as fairs, charity events, bake drives, etc., garage sales, food collections, anything that has to do with charitable causes. Taking photos in your area and posting them on Instagram using the right hashtags and tags. And then even hosting informational ceremonies or webinars, anything like that, that will provide information to those who are looking to learn more. So how can Command help us with all of this micro marketing? And here's how. This is my list here. Neighborhood nurtures are going to help prove that you are a local expert. Smart plans are ideal for follow-up and having that outreach, such as newsletters and other forms of communication. Tags will help you form those niche groups. And then finally, the email newsletters for promotion. So I'm going to go ahead and come right into Command, and we're going to take a look at these 4 things. Oops. Here we go. So in our Command dashboard, as you all know, this is your CRM system and then some. So you want to have all of your clients here in your sphere of influence. So that includes clients, friends, family, people you know from other walks of life, anyone who you want to let know and remind them that you're an agent, because you never know who else is looking to buy or sell real estate. So even if you meet someone and they say, Fidel, you're a really great guy, I don't know if I want to buy a house. No problem. You manage to take their information and add it into Command. You can still have that sort of micro marketing towards them without being too salesy, spammy, or too pushy. When we come over to contacts, we are going to see, when it loads, the tag section for my contacts. So this is one of the ways where we can work on that micro marketing. And this can help us establish those smaller groups and smaller groups of people to target. So for anyone who may not be familiar, when we're talking about tags in Command, we are talking about keywords, different groupings, different pieces of information that we want to associate with that contact and with other contacts. So as you can see, you can assign multiple tags to a contact. They can be color-coded. They're completely customizable. And you can have tags for a variety of different things. So of course, you want to have tags for the type of client they may be. Maybe they're going to be a buyer or a seller, a renter, or a landlord. You can include a specific year as well. Maybe it's a friend, a coworker. You can have tags dictating how you know these people. tags for the types of properties they may be interested in, the areas, if they're pre-approved, if they're downsizers, first-time home buyers, whatever information you have to capture, and whatever information you're gonna find most helpful to you, go with it. There's no right or wrong way to set up the tags. You can color code them, so you can have each color represent a different category or a different topic, but ultimately it is up to you. Now, I do want to point out actually 3 other tags that can be really beneficial. Right here, we see a tag, New Contact 2022. This can play into things like smart plans, and this can help automate our messaging and make it even easier for us to get our clients on these smart plans, on these automated drip campaigns, and I'll come back to that in just a little bit. We also see a tag for a database cleanup. So if you happen to have a ton of contacts in your database, but you're missing a lot of information, you need to go back and take the time to go through all your contacts and do a little database cleanup. Create a tag and assign it to everyone in your contact list. Give them that database cleanup tag. As you go on, maybe you want to work on 5 contacts a day, 20 contacts a day, whatever timeline you want to follow. But you can come in and come into a contact that needs that database cleanup. You can enter more information. I'm missing an email, or a phone number, I'm missing an address, I'm missing a lot of this information. So if I have that database cleanup tag, I know I need to come in here and add more information. Once I come in here and I clean everything up and it looks good, I can simply remove that tag. And it's one less contact that I have to worry about. Additionally, you'll see tags for open houses. Now, this is a phenomenal way to keep track of everyone who's attended every open house that you hold. Again, there's no limits to how many tags can be created or be associated with a contact. So anytime a contact of yours, a client of yours visits an open house, or I should say, or you're hosting an open house, anyone who attends, you want to give them that proper tag. For Prospect Street, open house on September 18th, 2021. This one was at 226 Vanderbilt Ave. Should have put a date in there. But when it comes down to it, I can filter through our dashboard and I can filter by tags. So I can see anyone who's attended such and such open house. So right now I have 8 people who attended this open house. This is now an easy and effective way for me to reach out to them and say, hi, thank you so much for attending 123 Main Street's open house. Fortunately, we're under contract, but guess what? 456 Main Street is coming on the market next week. I want you to be the first to know and to sign up for our open house. Different things like that. Creating those tags allow you to keep track of where your contacts are coming from and how you can effectively give different marketing messages based on those specific groups. If anyone ever has questions on tags, I'm more than happy to answer them. Same goes for anything else we're talking about here as well. Now, I mentioned the new Contact 2022 tag. There is a way where we can automatically add our clients to a smart plan by using tags. And this is a great way to get that micro marketing in place. You can have it set up and ready to go at the drop of a hat. If I come on over to my smart plan section, I'm going to see 2 different areas. One is going to be my smart plan. So this is any plan that I have either created or downloaded from the command library and added it in my own. I can also view the full library and search through all of the plans that have already been created by both other agents and Keller Williams headquarters. Remember I mentioned neighborhood nurture? This is one foolproof, effective way to provide your clients with that micro marketing. Even if you have someone who says, you know, like I said, I'm not looking to move anytime soon, but here's my information, you know, maybe I'll call you down the road. Great. Add them into command, put them on either a bi-weekly or a monthly Neighborhood Nurture Plan. It's a bi-weekly or monthly email that helps you reach out to clients, leads, or recruits to show them real-time market data specific to their desired neighborhoods. So I'm going to come back to my contacts for a minute. And I'm going to come into Aaron Judge, who is a new contact. What I did was I added Aaron Judge in. I didn't have a lot of his information, but I hypothetically spoke to him about areas he may be interested in. Now, in speaking to Aaron Judge in my very weird dream scenario that I have created just now, he is thinking about moving to New Jersey, but he's not quite sure. He wants to live close to train station for commuting purposes. He's interested in the towns of Rutherford and Clifton. What I've done is I've already added specific neighborhoods that are close to the areas in which he's interested in. So by utilizing these neighborhoods through Nextdoor, we're able to give information on only the homes that he's interested in his very niche market. If I go to add a neighborhood and find it on the map, I'm going to show you where these other 2 points are. I don't think this computer has the location services turned on, so I gotta zoom all the way in. But you see as I'm getting closer and closer, we're seeing all these funky little green shapes. These are all the different neighborhoods. And I think Command is having a little bit of a blip because they're not highlighting the ones I've already chosen. But right here in this little general section, this was an area in which the train station was located. So I was able to select all of the areas surrounding that train station because these may be the properties in which he's interested in learning more. I also went over to Clifton and I did the same thing. Once I added all of the neighborhoods, we're able to see that he has been subscribed to said neighborhoods. And that essentially means that when they get these emails, he's going to receive a link in the email that will bring him to a dedicated page unique to him. You have access to that URL. So if anyone ever says to you, I know you send me those emails, I can't find one, can you resend it to me? Now we know that's an automated email. We don't have control over being able to send that, but we can still send that person the link. All you need to do is come into their Command contact and click on copy link or simply click on preview and it will share screen for the way and it will bring you to their personalized page. So at any point in time, you do have access to show them that information. Once they're on this page, they're able to jump from neighborhood to neighborhood. So you'll notice how I'm in Rutherford now, I'm in the Rutherford West neighborhood. If I go to Colfax Corner, that's all the way in Clifton. That's where another landmark is. So we're able to see how we can jump around from town to town, neighborhood to neighborhood, and view all of these different properties. What's great is that if a client finds a property that they're looking for, they're able to view all the listing information. They can plug in commuting times, view the home facts, view the neighborhood stats for that area. Now, to be transparent, sometimes these stats aren't always up to date. You may notice that. I don't have a rhyme or reason at this point in time as to why that's happening, but just be aware that sometimes the data given is not 100% accurate. You'll also see school ratings. So not only does the Keller Williams sites give you a grade, but it also gives you a student-teacher ratio. Not many other property searches will do that. Of course, we've got our mortgage calculator, and then at the bottom, someone could fill in information or just simply give that person a call to find out more. The user also has the ability to view the neighborhood stats. So again, they can flip from neighborhood to neighborhood and view a lot of that information. So again, those neighborhood stats here, your commuting times, which you typically have to go to Google Maps, schooling information, and this will even tie in Yelp. So if someone really is looking to learn more about an area, they're going to find everything they need to on this page right here. Normally, someone would have to go to multiple websites to find information on how the market's doing in that area, to find commuting times, to find school information, and to find out what's available in that area. So that is why this neighborhood nurture page can be really, really beneficial. And by having the smart plan set up, it's being sent automatically for you, so you don't have to worry about sending it out on your own. So in order to add someone to a smart plan, you first need to make sure that that plan is in your library. So when you are in the library view and you see a plan that you like, you'll click on Add Smart Plan. If it has you download another smart plan first, it will prompt you, then you'll just click on Download, and that plan will then be added into your library. Now you'll notice some plans are bundles. This, for example, is an 8x8 new contact engagement plan, which will help you build relationships throughout an 8-week plan. If I view the steps, I'm able to see that this is a combination of text messages, touch tasks, phone calls, etc. In the middle, they will be added to that monthly neighborhood nurture plan if they aren't added already. So you're seeing how it's so easy and so important to get these people on these plans, because it's going to make sure that you're in front of their faces multiple times a month, as well as educating them on the market and showing yourself as that local expert. Once you've added that plan, you can go into the My Smart Plans area, and this is where you can do any customization as well. So at any time, you can click on this little pencil button, and you can come in here and make any edits to the content. You can remove steps, add steps, etc. Now, what I want to show you guys is this amazing feature here. This is where we can add a trigger to a smart plan utilizing tags. This is going to help make this whole sense of outreach and micro marketing so much easier. So if you have a plan, whether it's been downloaded from command, or maybe you've even made your own. Maybe you've made a plan that contains emails and text messages and prompts to make phone calls for any new person you're meeting. Maybe you have one plan for a prospective seller and one plan for a prospective buyer. This will allow you to customize these messages. So they may get a first email, "Hi, Bob. Thanks so much for connecting with me. I'm here to help you through your eventual home buying journey. Here's my background, da da da." Then you can wait a week, and then a week later, shoot them a text message. Just want to make sure you have my app link to make sure you're searching for properties. Include the app link. A month later, you send another email. Whatever you want this plan to be, you can customize it, and you can get it set up and ready to go. That way, every time you come across a new lead or a new contact, you simply add them to this plan and they start receiving that same messaging. So this is, again, a foolproof example about how we can set something up and have that set it and forget it mentality. We have smart plans already designed and perfected to provide that marketing message to our clients. Now we can make it even easier by automatically adding our clients to these plans using the tags. So by associating a tag with a contact, you can automatically have an benefit to a smart plan. Once you're on the plan and it's all perfected and good to go. Actually, let me go to a different plan that does not have that tag already. So here's an example here. And this is also a great plan, by the way, for any newer agent to KW. There's two plans. new to Keller Williams as an experienced agent or a new agent. This is, again, that messaging that's just gonna let everyone know that you've either moved brokerages or you're now a realtor, and you can let your whole database know what your new career path is. But anyway, let's say hypothetically, this is one of those smart plans we've set up where as soon as I meet someone who mentions they're a buyer, I want to put them on this plan. So I'm going to add a trigger, and that essentially just means adding a contact. So I can come here and I can search for that contact. I'm going to type in new contact 2020. Now again, this is where tags can be even better. You can have new contact buyer 2022, new contact seller 2022. You can keep it general with new contact and just make it one message about yourself and everything that you offer. The world is yours to do what you want. But knowing that you have this ability to add multiple tags, you can do up to 10. So you can have one plan and just have, anyone with that new contact buyer, new contact seller tag come. But once I choose that tag and hit that choose trigger button, it says that this will start your smart plan when a tag is added to the contact. But note, any contacts that already have this tag will not be added. I want to confirm. So now, from this point on, any contact that's in my database, whether I put them in brand new or they've been there since day one, if I now assign this tag to their contact, they will start receiving this smart plan. So how easy can this be when you're adding someone into Command from scratch and they're a new contact and you're filling in their information? New contact 2020. I've added this tag. As soon as I save this contact, they'll be added to the smart plan. It's as easy as that. So this will help you to get that outreach, that follow-up done immediately. So this is a great example of how this micro-marketing can work. So the smart plans and neighborhood nurtures kind of tie into each other because a neighborhood nurture is a smart plan. So it does allow you to have that follow-up while providing the, proof of you being that local expert by sharing that market information. Tags, we've gone over that as well. Tags are those niche groups. And like I said before, you can get as specific or as broad as you want with the tags. It's up to you, and you can always change them later on as well. So if you start up and you have your tags created one way, and then you realize, you know what, I actually have a really better idea and I should have done it another way. Come over into your settings. Wait patiently while everything loads. Keep waiting. Eventually this will load and I'll show you where you can actually edit those tags. So if you wanted to change any colors, delete tags, add tags, you have full customization. Here we go. So I'm going to go under, actually I think it's under command settings, under contacts, and here we have contact tags. So here's where I can view all of my tags. I can come in here and I can create tags from here, or I can edit or trash them, up to you. So don't feel like once you make a tag, it's done. If you have a spelling error, you chose the wrong color, you realize you want to revamp your whole strategy, you can make all those tweaks here. Now, another way to have that great micro marketing is through emails and those email newsletters. What's really great about Command is that they have recently unveiled a few new newsletter templates. So this was something that everyone was asking for, and they're making headway, although it's not as great as some other options in the past, but we're certainly getting there. So we can come in here and create that design and click on email and then click on continue. And then we're able to see a lot of templates. And there's even some that have content already provided. So here's one about protecting your credit. Here are some blank newsletter templates, tax day, get your home ready, virtual tours, mortgage modification, low budget projects, I mean, there's so many things that you can choose from, both including content and templates. I think there's more at the bottom, buying versus renting, seller lead conversions, requesting referrals, how to know when you're ready to sell, different holidays. So there's a ton of email templates here that we can use. I really think that there's more users at the bottom, that's why I keep going. Here we go. So these are just a few of those that I thought were here, but I guess they're a little, but here, work with me for a seller or work with me for a buyer. So let's see if I want to attract buyers. It's going to load the template and I can customize this as much as I want. If you're looking to buy, I'll be your guide. It's great information here that they give you, but as we all know, we can always come in here, edit it, and make it our own. Let's work together. Download my app, so it's got that app plug there. So this is great. So I can save this template, and now I can do a couple things. I can include this email template in a smart plan. So maybe I did create a plan for anyone who mentioned they're a buyer, and I drafted my plan from scratch. And this is going to be that first email that they get in that smart plan. Then in a week, they'll get a text from me asking them how everything's going and if they had any trouble downloading the app. And then 2 weeks later, maybe they'll get another email with tips on how to prepare for fall. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have to be too seasonally relevant. You want it to be more evergreen. But you get the idea. You guys will know better than I can about the type of content that your clients may or may not be interested in. But by having these emails and these email templates available, ready for you to customize and use, you can really use them to target those specific groups of people. Whether you're including this email template in a smart plan or simply sending an email blast to a specific tag group, aka a smaller groups of contacts from your list. You can also create email templates showing why you're an expert in that market. Within the designs area, you can show those neighborhood snapshots. Take that imagery, put it in an email and say, the Rutherford market is hot. I can help you get your home. I actually did think I made one like that. So I'm actually going to filter here, view emails, and let me just show you guys. This was an idea that I had a very long time ago. But this could be a great idea of an example of an email that you can use. I used a template. I made this design in Command. So granted, this may need to be updated from time to time, but this is going to show the average listing price, the average sold price, days on market, etc. The Rutherford market's hot. Summer may be over, but the market isn't slowing down. I'm happy to help you find your dream home. Feel free to reach out to me for a consultation, and then a button simply for homes for sale, and then a graphic to have them download the link. So this button will take them to my website, searching in the Rutherford postal code. So again, take these emails, personalize them to you, market yourself, and market to that specific micro area. So here I would be targeting people in Rutherford. I want to be Rutherford's #1 agent. Sorry, PPG, I'm taking you down. Just kidding. But this is how you can then say, show your clients, I'm an expert. Here's a little synopsis about what's going on in the area. Here's a little synopsis about how the market is shifting. Here's a link to view all the homes in that area. They go to your website, maybe they make an account, they're in your command. You can see everything they're looking at. Stay tuned, I have a class on that in August coming. But you're able to see all these great ideas that we can come up with and how we can customize our materials to market specific areas and specific people. Just going to discard those changes. I also want to show you how you can create small videos as well, highlighting a specific neighborhood. If I click on create design and I go to video, I can create a video based on a neighborhood. So again, knowing these neighborhoods can come to your benefit. I'm just gonna use the one, I live in Hawthorne, I know this is my area. So I'm gonna search for that, Hawthorne, New Jersey. How do I find out a neighborhood if I don't know the name of it?
No.
The map, bingo, exactly. Go to their contact, type in, the address where they live, you'll see that green shape, that'll show you what the neighborhood is. So if you don't know how to find it, go into the contact, view that map area, and that'll show you where it is. Once I select that neighborhood, I click on next, and I can customize this information. Again, it may not always be the most accurate. So you can check however you check. That I don't have any info for on verifying these numbers, and you can tweak them if you want. You can say home prices are on the rise, on the decline, holding steady. It's up to you. You can also plug in 3 different features of that neighborhood. This may not have to be 100% accurate, but you can absolutely select what you're trying to highlight. They give you a bunch of options, so you can pick and choose which one you'd like, and again, you can pick up to 3. Activism, wine lovers, dog lovers, there's book loving, coffee, healthy food, hipster, into gardening, moviegoers, outdoorsy, tons of different things. So I'm just gonna go in and plug in one more. Let's do fitness oriented, why not? And wine lovers, it's a great combo. If I wanted to customize any of my agent info, I can, but know that this all should plug in from my marketing profile. Same with all the market center information. Once I click on next, it's going to generate this video. And once it does, it creates a quick minute-long video that essentially just highlights all that information we plugged in. So this will show you in a nice, cute little graphic. We can watch this right now. That's it. It created that for us just by plugging in that information. We also could have changed the name of the neighborhood if we wanted to just make it, the town name. You can get a little creative. But posting this on your social media, including it in an email, video, anywhere you want to show this. It's a great minute video that's going to give market updates, fun information about the area as well, and of course promoting yourself and how you are that local expert. So by utilizing these emails and videos, and by utilizing tags and those other elements to create those smaller, more niche groups, you're able to really target on those smaller groups of people that are going to be most effective. Oh, I'm so. No. Testing. All right, my microphone seems to be low. I apologize. Testing. All right, sorry everyone. I know the microphone has been giving me some issues. I apologize.
although that was actually pretty good timing because that was virtually everything I wanted to go through. I know that I kind of went through a lot. It's a lot to learn. I myself am no expert on micro marketing by any means, but I was able to do a little bit of research and relate this to command. Whenever you have an idea of something that you want to, try to promote, whether it's email, you want to use a smart plan, run an ad, I'm always here to help. But never be afraid to try something new and always trust your gut. You never know what cool thing you might discover along the way. You may be a little hesitant in your idea, maybe you're like, oh, stupid, I'm not going to do it. And who knows, it could be the greatest thing that could have happened that could really change your business. You really never know. So by utilizing all these different elements in command, they'll really help you with that micro marketing. Now, I do want to show you guys one more thing before we say goodbye. And that is direct mailers. And that is, a very foolproof way to get that in your face marketing if you're sending it directly to someone living in an area that you're trying to target. So there's two different ways that we can set up direct mailers. One is through command. They do have this option where you can create a campaign of a flyer. This was one that was done a very long time ago, so it doesn't look that good. But you see, you can plug in all that information. You can add a QR code, we can assign a landing page, and you do have some specific targeting here as well. So you're plugging in an address, so the property perhaps that you're promoting or an area that you're targeting. And then once you plug in that originating address through command, you do have a lot of ability to pinpoint targeting. So I've already plugged in, or here's, I've already plugged in my budget. So number of homes to target, maybe I want to scale it back. I just want to do 250. So I want to do 250 homes. I only want to target single family homes, and that includes townhouses. I can target square footage, year built, sold, etc., number of bathrooms. So this postcard is going to get sent out to all of these addresses close to the listing. Now, you can also say, I want to remove this address from receiving this email. So if you know specific houses you want to avoid, you can. But look here. So this home was last sold in 2020. Built in 1960, sold in 2021, 90,000. Yeah, that doesn't seem too right. 50,000. Is this in Jersey? Where is this? Anyway, you do have the ability to pick and choose who you want to receive the emailers, the mailers for. But we also have our lovely friends from Prism Digital who offer the direct mailers. And I personally believe that their targeting, their templates are a little bit better than what's in there. Sorry to say, but when we log in, and everyone will have their own account, you are going to see things like a just listed, just sold program. So again, talking about micro marketing, when you make your account, you can go into the settings and attach your MLS IDs. So whatever your ID is for NJMLS, Hudson County, Garden State, Central Jersey, wherever, you plug in your ID, and the just listed, just sold program will notify you when materials are ready anytime you list or just sold a property. That way, anyone in that direct area will get a mailer that says, hey, 456 Main Street was just listed. And then once it's sold, 456 Main Street was sold. That's around the corner from me. I got that on the postcard 2 months ago. It's already sold. This guy knows what he's doing. Maybe I'm going to call him. This is reactions that we hope that we're getting. But it was a great way to get more leads and promote your business to everyone in that particular area. Remember what Worley said. She's never gonna try to steal someone's business, but she's gonna do whatever it takes to get that listing in her area. So you bet she's sending out mailers and postcards to everyone in the wood, close to the areas in which she's listed homes. But of course, you can always just create a general postcard. And you can focus on a single home market activity. You've made a move to Keller Williams, different things like that. So, let's say hypothetically, I want to choose this one. I'm going to go to next. And next, we're not going to bother creating it. I just want to show you the targeting, but it is fully customizable. And here's where we can create a new mailing list. So we can select within a radius, we can do freeform, you can upload a list. You can also select by city or street and a quick list. So city street select. Let's take a look at that one. I would target everyone in Hawthorne. Keep using it because I know the area. So I'm adding in the targeting the zip code for the area I want to target. I can add multiple zip codes if I want, but here I'm able to see every street that's in my town and how many addresses are on, how many homes are on each street. So I can come in here, let's say the house that I'm listing is on 5th Avenue, and I want to target everyone around, and let's just say, all of these are right in a line. So I've selected all these addresses. Now I know there's some past clients maybe that I don't want to bother, whatever the situation is. I can click View Edit, and it's going to show me every home on this street. So you know what? I don't want to target these people in the apartments. I don't want to target the people on the end of the street for whatever reason. And then I'm going to click on Close. So now it says I have 45 of 51 selected. It doesn't get much more specific than that, being able to pinpoint the exact people you're able to target. What's wonderful about Prism's QR code system is that every single postcard has an individual specialized QR code. So I know that if someone at 123 Main Street scans the QR code, I get that information because it's a specific QR code and I know it will be scanned, so I know who I need to call. It's just phenomenal targeting and targeting in that microwave we've been talking about all hour. Does anyone have any questions about anything we looked at in Command and how we can set things up for success? Well, I'm always here. If anyone has any questions, you can reach out to me via phone or email. I'm happy to help. I hope everyone found this to be beneficial, and I'm always here if you have any other questions. So don't be afraid to try new ideas, to get yourself out there, do whatever you need to become that local expert, get involved with the town, make yourself known at any local events, go to the farmer's market, go to the pool, go to anything, and just make yourself known and start to meet people and mail out your card. That's a great way to start. As always, I'm here to help. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you soon.